Hello everyone, greetings from India. This is Nirbhay Chauhan from Eklavya's self-learning tutorials. So guys, today we'll be learning something very interesting inside FreeCAD, that how to basically create multi-layered floor slabs basically. So if you remember, in one of the tutorials we have discussed how to create multi-layered walls, right? So if in case you like to basically watch that tutorial, I have put the link in the description as well, and it should be there in the above card. So we have discussed in that tutorial how to create multi-layered or multi-material wall in which there are bricks in the center, then there are cement layers, there is layer of paint, right? Similarly, the floor slabs are also not linear. So let's say in the RC building structure, firstly you have a layer of your original RC slab, which is a reinforced concrete slab, right? Then basically on top of it you add a very thin layer of bitumen solution just for waterproofing. Then you add some thickness of soil basically just for having a kind of better regulation for the temperature inside the house, right? So that's a kind of layer which is required. Then above the soil you add a kind of roof tiling which can be in form of brick layers, which is thin brick tile around 2 inches. Then on top of it you can basically add your cement layer, right? And at the below of the slab you can also add POP or plaster, right? So this is a kind of comprising summary of your overall slab. So we have this sample model today, right? We'll be quickly drawing the slab, right? So let me just quickly draw the slab first. Let me switch to orthographic view, right? So let's just quickly draw a sketch, right guys? And here what I can do, it has to be a rectangular sketch, so I'll just simply go like this, right? I can keep the sketch constrained to the edges of that particular slab. Let me just try it. Yeah, like this. And another one basically this one. Now what we'll do is I can say this point coincides with this one like this, and from here this point coincides with this line, right? Now what we're left with is these two lines. Okay, so for that also let's just take an external geometric constraint, let's say, or what we can do here is okay, let's just take, to avoid any risk, okay, then this point coincides to this particular edge. Okay, we haven't set it properly. Set the point, then the edge, and then similarly this point with this edge, right guys? Perfect. Now you can escape the sketch. This is at the bottom. You could have taken at the upmost surface as well. So this is around 10 feet, basically the height overall. If in case you want to quickly measure also, just take this point and then this point holding your control key and click on the measure tool. It will give you the delta Z, which is 10 feet, right? So this measure tool is sometimes really helpful, guys. Now what I can just quickly do is, this is my sketch. From data properties, from placement, I can position this 10 feet like this. So you can say this is perfectly aligned, right guys? Now what we can do here is we can create a slab out of it from this particular tool, right? But the thing is, the multi-material doesn't support the slab. Let me just quickly, before I create a slab, let us now create the multi-material. So here you have a tool called material. You can also basically fetch this from your manage bar inside the BIM workbench, which is material, right? So we'll basically trigger this, and now here you can start creating your materials, right? We'll start by the default things here. Let me just quickly draft the material firstly as the plaster. Color basically we can give the white for this. Section color also as white. Right, this is fine. Click OK. In the tree view under this material group you will see your plaster material is created. Perfect. Now we will start creating other material. Click on this and now you'll have this banner here, basically a pop-up which will contain all of your materials. Click on create new material. Next material basically would be RC slab, right? This color for this one, let's say we give it a color of blue. Okay, section color also as blue. Click OK. Then let's create another material. Okay, this one would be now your bitumen layer. Bitumen coating, right? This one basically, let's give the color of, you can give same colors just for consistency, right? So I'll just add, because I'll be using 3 colors just to avoid confusion. So I'll be using this color. You can use as many colors as you want. Now after bitumen coating, let's add another material. This one basically would be our soil, right guys? For this one you can give the color, so basically I'm just thinking in terms of alternatives, like we firstly have our plaster, then you have the RC slab which is blue, then you have the bitumen which is white. Soil you can basically keep, let's just give blue to this. Section color also blue. Click OK. Let's start another material. Basically this one would be brick tiles. Brick tile basically. This one we can give red color. Click OK. And the last one basically that we need is your final plaster, or you can say cement coating at the top. For this one you can also give this color, the white one, which is slightly grayish, right? So now you have all the materials that you want in your system. Now basically we just go again here, and here you can see the option of create new multi-material. We'll trigger this option, and now here you have this all of your new toggle, right? And here you can say add layer. I'll click on this. So total how many layers we have? The first layer basically for your plaster, second layer for your RC slab, third layer for your bitumen coating, fourth layer for the soil, fifth layer for your brick tile, and finally sixth layer for your cement coating. So this is something really powerful. Let me just simply give the names here, like L1, this is L2, just click simply the tab key basically, L3, L4, L5, L6. So this management basically really helps you in terms of managing your things. You can just expand this if you want. Now you have drop down of material here, right? So the first layer that we need from the bottom basically is your plaster. The second layer that you need is of your RC slab. The third layer is of your bitumen coating. The fourth layer is of your soil. The fifth layer is of your brick tile, and finally you have your cement coating. Now you can just simply define the layers here. Plaster we can give around, let's say, 0.5 inches. Just give the dimensions there, that's something very appropriate in terms of the units. RC slab 4 inches. Bitumen coating 0.25 inches, this is something really thin. Soil 2 inches. Brick tile also of 2 inches. Cement coating also very thin, 0.25 inches. So if you just plus this basically becomes 4 to 6 to 8, 8.5, and then 9. So this is 9 inches overall. You can also give the name here, 9 inches slab, right? So it's up to you how you want to distinguish. I can just simply give here roof slab material, right? And click OK. Now basically you have your multi-material also defined. Just make sure the exercise that we've done basically is because this multi-material is dependent upon all of your individual materials which are mentioned here. That's the reason we created them. We created them here, right? Now I'll just quickly show you the issue basically with the slab. So this was our sketch. I'll click on this slab option. Your slab is triggered. Let me just make its normal upwards. This is my slab. I want to be going extruding upwards like this. Now basically what happens if you click on this slab object and you go to this multi-material, this selecting material here, and you click on roof slab material and you click OK, your material won't be applied, even though you can see in this slab inside the material property inside component section, you can see multi-material has been assigned here, but it doesn't work for this. So I'll just delete this slab. Sketch we already have here. What we will do is there's an option of panel like this. If in case you want to see the detailed functioning of panel, I have just created a tutorial before this, for which also I'll provide description in the video, or you can just check in the banner above. We have seen all the functioning of different kind of panels that you can create. But right now we'll be going for this particular exercise. So I'll click on this panel object. My panel is basically created, right? Let me just switch to front view, right? So my panel is created. I just want to be sure, yeah, this is extruding upwards, or you just want to be sure, you can go to this normal property and make it 1, right? So this normal really affects your overall. Now basically we don't want to give thickness here from the panel, right? What we will do is we go to panel, we'll go to multi-material, select this roof slab material and click OK. The overall thickness and your overall material would be automatically applied to your panel basically, right guys? So you can see your panel is created, right? If in case you're not interested in this color, you can create this panel into a slab object. Your layers would be retained, but the coloring effect would go away. So I'll just delete this slab and we will keep our panel intact, right? So you can see beautiful layers here. So as you remember, the first one was the POP, then you have the RC slab, then basically you had your bitumen layer, thin one, then soil, then brick layer, and then final coating. If I just quickly show you by clicking on this roof slab material, and let us just quickly play around. The first layer was plaster. If I, let's say, just make it 3 inches, just to show you a difference here how it happens, I click OK. You can see it's increased. So this is how you can parametrically control. So this is the beauty. You can parametrically control all the layers here, right? So just once you have to define your things, and then just you have to apply across your stuff. One more thing we can quickly do here is inside the sketch here, let's say I want certain holes, let's say somewhere like this here. You can constrain later on if in case you want. I just want to show you the layers in between, like how beautifully basically it creates. And I'll click escape. So you can see your layers are like drafted here very well. Even if you create your sections, these layers would be retained there. If I switch to perspective view, uh, you can see. So this is something really powerful, guys, like in terms of the functionalities that are there inside FreeCAD, the way it provides us all of various stuff, right? If in case I just want to show you the sectioning of it as well, right, guys? So for that, firstly, let me just create a building object. Make sure this is top view and this is like this, right? And I'll click on the building object here. Inside that building, I'll add all of my objects, right, like this. Right, material is actually a kind of metadata. So now inside building, you have all of your objects, right? Now basically you want a section from the front view facing. What we'll do is we'll switch to front view like this, right? Sorry. Click on your building object. Under annotation, inside BIM workbench, you have section plane. Simply click on it, and you can see across the center, basically it will create the section of your overall building. Basically, guys, you can just shift this section if in case you just want it. So how you can do that, basically go to the section property, inside placement, inside position. So this is the y coordinate, this is 15 feet. Just call it like this, or you can give the precise value if in case you guys have. I'm just keeping it somewhere around the center of this, somewhere near that value, basically where that multi-layer holes are there, right? Now what you can do basically is you have your section contained, but the thing is the door and window is not cutting with this, right, guys? No worries. I'll just make it a little bit forward, like this is enough, and then I'll show you parametrically how these changes happen. And now what we have here is, if I just go to top view, we have an option, click on section object, and here under sign in annotation you have this option which says shape based view, right? If you click on this, it will basically draft a 2D plan of your section. Basically, you can see it's drafted here. I can just simply move it. Let me switch on the grid. Let me switch on the top view, right? Click on this shape 2D view, click on move, right? I can just move it somewhere like around here, right? I can basically rotate this. So this should be 90 degrees. You can just mention the value here also, and then click enter, and then we can just move it little bit more. I think we have taken the wrong rotation. No worries, we'll just quickly rotate it again, or you can rotate it from here as well. You have this value. Let me just make it 180, sorry, 0 to 70. So this is perfect, right? And now here in the inside this shape 2D values, you have the projection mode. If I just make it cut faces, you can see your layers being shown in that manner, right? But this won't show your overall colors in that manner, basically, because this is a shape object and it has its own colors, like this one. You can make it solid, right? So you have all of your layers here which you can just export and use your own manner, and you can take dimensions. So this was it, guys, basically the powerful usage of multi-layer material with regards to your roof slabs, right guys? So if in case you like this video, do subscribe the channel, right? And let me know with your comments uh, what in case you would like to learn in the future, and what actually are you looking forward to, right? Hit the subscribe button if in case you are new to the channel, and share this with your friends and colleagues. They can also find this useful, right guys? There's a coffee link as well. So that's all. See you in some other video, guys. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you so much.